Hi guys, and welcome back to Simply Forex, the channel dedicated to you, the trader. We want you to be successful in the markets. So guys, I'm going to give you some gold every day. I'm going to let you know which currency pairs I'm looking to trade and which direction. And I'm also going to let you know which news that you must be aware of. So let's take a look at the chart and what I'm potentially going to trade today.
Hello, good morning traders. How are we on this lovely morning? I think I have sunstroke. I was trading by the pool yesterday and I have just had too much sun. But yeah, not a bad thing. Right guys, today, what is today? Today is the end of the week. Yeah, we've made it. It's Friday. It's Friday the 12th of August. And as always guys, we're going to look back at yesterday's trades, look at today's potential trades, and also the important news for today as well. So let's start with yesterday because we had 4 trades to look at. And the first one is this. This is the Swiss franc against the Japanese yen, guys. All right. And we were looking to short this pair. Okay. So for me, price was in an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, didn't create a higher high. Okay. And when that happens, guys, price is usually breaking down. And then sure enough, price did break down, breaking these lows here, okay? And then price came back up. And then we were just looking for the next candle to tell me that sellers are in control, guys. Okay, and it was this candle here. Okay, so this could be, this was our reason to start shorting this market, guys. All right, so it was in a downtrend. We had a bearish candle form. And the idea was just to come from our grey zone back down to this blue line. Okay, and as you can see, price didn't quite reach our blue line. But let's have a look on the H1 to see what actually did happen. And this was a good trade for us, guys. Okay, so let me explain. All right, so yeah, as we expected, guys, price come up into our grey zone. And then all I was looking for was the next candle. Let's zoom in a bit. All I wanted to look for was the next candle to tell me sellers were in control. Okay, and we had a couple of candles, but I didn't really start trading until around 7 o'clock. Yeah, when the UK and Europe markets open, that's when I start trading, guys, because there's volume in the market. It can make your trade move. So I actually was looking at this candle here. You arguably could have had the candle before it as well, okay? But this was the candle I entered on here, this one here. All right, so as soon as this candle formed, I got a slight retrace, so I entered around here. Okay, I put my stop above these swing highs, and I took 80% of the trade out at this last low here. And as you can see, it hit that last low nicely. So I closed 80% here it was a little bit more than a risk to reward of 1:1. Closed 80% and, well, was going to leave 20% to run. But as you can see, I got taken out up here. All right, guys, but good trade, profitable. Yeah, I hope you took this trade as well. Maybe you entered on a slightly different candle. Yeah, perhaps this candle, but yeah, I don't like this candle because of the candle before it, but price still came down because of that candle. Okay, guys, but yeah, we had a good trade. Yeah, let me know how you traded this pair. Next one was this. This was the euro against the Japanese yen. So yeah, very correlated with the Swiss franc yen and a similar setup, guys. So price was in a downtrend, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then we were looking for a lower high. And because of this candle, this bearish engulfing candlestick pattern, this could be our new lower high. And the idea was just to come from one of our grey zones back down to this blue line. Okay, guys. So yeah, that's the why. The day chart is always the why. Okay, why are we shorting? Why are we longing? And then let's look at the H1 chart, guys, to see if we had a trade. And for me, we didn't, guys. Okay, so price did come up into our grey zone. And then we got this huge yeah, candle tells me sellers are in control. Okay, but the problem with this is it's already hit our H1 target. Okay, and I don't want to sell into this support. Okay, and as you can see, it does lead when you get this, but then we get this wick that rejects price. So even, yeah, once it's broke this grey zone, yeah, we don't get a candle that tells us that sellers are back in control. Okay, and then as you can see, it just pushes up for the rest of the day. Okay, so yeah, couldn't enter on this candle. The risk to reward doesn't make sense, and I'm selling into support. And then when this grey zone does eventually break, yeah, one of the ideas was it for to break, test this, and then we could go lower. But we just don't get that candle. Yeah, it just flies back up. Okay, breaking H1 structure, for me, stay out. Yeah, so for this pair, guys, I just didn't have a trade. Maybe you did. Let me know how you traded this pair. Third trade from yesterday. There were so many. Yeah, and if you remember, it was all euro weakness as well yesterday as well, guys. All right. So we were looking to short this pair. Okay, so price is in a downtrend. Yeah, lower lows, lower highs, and then price has just been ranging. Okay, but then we got this candle form. Okay, this large wick, this large negative candle with a huge wick. Yeah, the idea was just to take price back down, quite a conservative target, but just take price back down to this last low here. Because of this large doji candle, it's basically bouncing off the top of this range. Okay, so that was the idea. Let's look at H1 for our execution. And again, guys, yeah, maybe some of you entered this trade. Okay, I didn't. Remember what I wanted, guys. I wanted a break of this grey zone, retest, and then come back down to our higher time frame target. And that clearly didn't happen. But I remember saying yesterday that you could trade the first, yeah, once we get up here, you could trade the first bearish bearish candlestick pattern or bearish candle that tells us sellers are in control. And for me, guys, this candle does that. This candle followed by this candle. Yeah, so we've got a bit of a wick on the green candle, followed by a red bearish candle. So you could have entered on this candle and took price just back down to this grey zone. Okay, but you would have to give your stop some wiggle room. Yeah, so you'd want to go about 10 ticks above. Yeah, and then you would get your risk to reward of more than 1:1, guys. Okay, so maybe some of you did enter on this pair, something like this, or perhaps even this candle. Yeah, it does have a bit of a wick on the bottom, but the close of this candle breaks these lows here. Okay, so again, you'd put your stop up here, but you'd still roughly get risk to reward of 1:1. Okay, I didn't trade this, guys, but maybe some of you did. Again, let me know. Please leave a comment below and let me know how you traded this pair. The fourth and final pair from yesterday was this. So this was the euro against the pound. Okay, and then once price broke out of this channel, yeah, we were in a downtrend. So we had lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then we were just looking for a new lower high. And we had this candle form, okay, which told me sellers were in control, and the idea was to come from one of our grey zones back down to this blue line. Okay, if we zoom in, guys, yeah, because I'm still in this trade, so I would probably get out of this trade because of this green candle that formed yesterday. It didn't break these highs, but yeah, a bit too much of a positive green candle this for me to carry on with this trade. Okay, I'm telling you this, guys, because I'm still in this trade. So that was the idea on the day chart anyway. Let's look at H1 to see what happened. So again, guys, by the time I'm trading is not till around here. Yeah, I usually enter the market around this sort of time. Okay, and then price zoomed up, okay, and it literally got back to these last highs here, and we had quite a large grey zone as well. All right, and eventually we got this candle form, okay, this large bearish red candle, and I actually entered on this candle. It's in our grey zones. Sellers have taken control of the market. I got a slight retrace, yeah, because it was such a large. Sometimes, guys, when I get such a large bearish candle, I want a retrace so I can get some value. Okay, and I got a retrace up to this level here. Okay, I put my stop above here, and the idea was just to take price first of all back down to this last H1 high, to be honest, which corresponded with these lows as well. So that was going to be my first target, close 80% and then leave 20% to run. But as you can see, guys, I'm still in this trade, okay, for 100%. But as you can see, there's been sort of a new H1 low form, yeah? It's been bouncing off of this zone. So what I'll do today, guys, I will close 80% of my trade here. Because of that green daily candle, I'll close 80% of my trade here. I know that doesn't give me a risk reward of 1:1, but I lock some profit in, yeah, and then I'm happier to let 20% run. Okay, so that'll be the plan for today. All right, guys, so yeah, still in this trade. I had a nice profitable trade, 2 pairs I couldn't enter, and I'm still in this trade as well, guys. So a bit of a mixed bag. So let's see what happens today. So that's the recap finish, guys. Let's look at today's potential trades now. So a mixed bag yesterday, guys, but we did make a small profit and we're still in a trade. So let's see what's happened today. But if you enjoyed that recap, then please smash that like button, help support the channel, and also come join us. Yeah, subscribe to Simply Forex. That would be great. Thank you. Right, so trades for Friday, the 12th of August. We've got 2 potential trades. And the first one is this. This is the Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen. Okay, yeah, and this is a weekly trade, to be honest with you guys. Okay, so if we go to the weekly chart, okay, as you can see, price is clearly in an uptrend, and this zone here is the important zone. Okay, so what was once resistance comes down. Once it breaks, then becomes support, comes back up, becomes support, and pushes back up. And because of this was the only yen pair that had a bit of room to move into on the weekly chart. Okay, most of the other yen pairs are already hitting into weekly support or resistance. Okay, so this is more of a weekly trade, guys. So because of this, yeah, and we've had this all week as well. Yeah, this formed last week. This is a weekly candle. Okay, this tells us, yeah, we still have a bit of room to the upside. Not much, because you can see where my blue line is. So if we go back to the day chart, so we've got that weekly trade. And then also, guys, we had this wick form, yeah, a couple of days ago. And then we had this bullish candle form as well. Okay, so the idea is just to take price back up to this last high here. Yeah, this last daily high. Okay, so that's the trade, that's the play. So this is why we are longing. All right, now let's look at H1 to see our criteria and what we need to happen. Okay, so I've just got the 1 grey zone, guys. Okay, and as you can see, H1 and let's have a look at H4. So H1 and H4 structure are with the upward trend as well. Okay, so let's go back to the H1. All we want to see, guys, is this. Yeah, we want to see a retrace down to this grey zone. All right, and then we want to see a bullish candlestick pattern happen. This is always our trigger to enter any trade. We need some criteria in the form of a candlestick pattern. We enter the trade, and then we can just take 100% of the trade back up to this last daily highs here. Okay, so yeah, that's the only criteria that I'm looking for today. If price breaks down this grey zone, then H1 structure is breaking down. I don't like that. I'm not interested. Yeah, but from this grey zone upwards, I am very interested. All right, guys. So yeah, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, we're looking to long this pair. The second DOS trade idea is this. This is the pound against the Aussie dollar. Okay, and if I need to zoom out a little bit. So as you can see, guys, this zone here, there was even that low there. Okay, so this has been an area of support. Didn't quite make it there. Support, and has bounced off. Okay, but now let me zoom back in. It's because of my head. Head is always in the way. Because of this candle here, guys, which has broken all of these lows and that zone I just showed you, this candle here has now created lower lows. Okay, so because of this, I'm willing to take shorts off of this pair. We do need to be careful, guys, because there's a lot of pound data coming out today, so be aware of that. I'll show you in a minute. So that could move price back into this zone. Okay, but if it doesn't, yeah, we have this bearish candle that's formed lower lows, and the idea is just to take price back down, okay, to the 700 psychological level. All right, again, let me zoom out so you can see that level. Yeah, so this blue line here, as you can see, is the 7100 level. Yeah, we just want to take price back down to there. Okay, so that's the why we're shorting it. Let's look at H1 now to see our criteria. And this is the important zone, guys, all right? So what I want to see, if price breaks above this grey zone, not interested, because it's closing back into that range that it was in. It was in a range, yeah? So if price comes back into that range, not interested. But if price breaks out of this grey zone, yeah, then retests it, we get a bearish candlestick pattern form, and then we can take 100% of the trade back down to that blue line, the higher time frame target. Okay, guys, so yeah, pound against the Aussie dollar, we're looking to short this pair as well. So that's the two trade ideas for today. Let's take a look at the news now. Guys, if you've been enjoying this daily morning analysis, I hope you have, then please come join us. Yeah, subscribe to the channel, smash that notification button. Merci. Right, so news for Friday the 12th of August, guys. So nothing overnight, guys, as you can see. And the only news that we're interested in today is all of this pound news. Okay, so all of this pound 3-star ratings here, all these pound pieces of data coming out at 7 o'clock London GMT. Yeah, so we've got GDP and manufacturing production. Okay, and these are all coming out at 7 o'clock London GMT. So this could be the difference if on that pound Aussie dollar pair, if price comes back into that range or carries on downwards. Okay, and that's the only news for today, guys. Yeah, if we scroll down, yeah, there's no other 3-star ratings that we're interested in for the rest of the day. So you are free to trade. Okay, guys, so yeah, that's it. That's the video finished. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please subscribe, like, and share. I hope you have a great weekend, guys, and I'll catch up with you on Monday.